Hi guys, and welcome to the Level 1 Learn to Skate program. Let's get straight into it with everything you need to learn to start your inline skating or inline figure skating journey. Okay? Number one, we need to learn how to fall and how to stand up, don't we? So what we're going to do, if you feel like you're going to fall, I want you to think about bending your knees and getting as close to the ground as possible. So if you feel like you're falling to the left, you're just going to bend, put your hands down. And then to stand back up, we're going to think hands and knees, and then we're going to go one foot, one hand, other foot, and then we're going to stand back up like that, okay? Now let's think if we're going to fall backwards. If you're going to fall backwards like this, you just go down, bend your knees and just fall to get as close to the ground, as close to your centre as you can. Yeah, and here's another way to stand up. So what we can do, hands and knees, foot, and then stand straight back up like that. And you should be wearing elbow pads, wrist pads, knee pads, and a helmet too if you're doing level 1. You know, you don't have to, but I advise that you should be wearing all of these. Okay? So one more time, if you're skating forward, and you feel like you're going to fall forward, just bend, and maybe you're here. We're trying to get from big to small as quickly as possible. Okay? So now imagine we are skating forwards. So we're skating forwards, you're gliding, and you feel like you're going just down, nice and close together like that. And that is how we fall down and then stand back up. Okay? Next, we're going to go over marching forwards or trying to skate forwards, and the easiest way to do it at the beginning. So let's go straight down to my feet really close. And what we're going to think about, the feet, because if we just do this now, we're not going to move, are we? So what we want to do, we're going to think about turning those toes out a little bit. We're going to bend our knees, so we're not stood totally straight. We're going to bend our knees. We're going to have our arms just slightly in front like this. So if we're from the side, we're not here. Not too much here, we're just kind of here, and the hands can be down a little bit like that. So what we'll do, we'll turn our toes out, and we'll slowly lift them and try to move them forward like this, and that will be marching forwards, just like that. And if you start to glide, you just come to a stop like that. So let's do one more time from behind, okay? So I'm going to come in this position here. So there, toes turn down, start going forwards. Just like that. Next, we're going to go over a forward glide on 2 feet. So what we're going to do, we're going to get into the position like we were for marching. So same position, a little bit of a bend. And we're going to start marching forwards, and then we're going to do a 2-foot glide. Okay? So we're going to start marching forwards, and keep a nice strong core as well throughout all these exercises. We don't want to be a little jelly, do we? So nice and strong position. So start marching forwards. Once you get some speed, then just bend your knees and try to glide just like this. But you probably won't be going very fast, so you don't need to learn how to stop yet. We will go over in a second. But if you are getting a bit of speed just now, then you can think about turning your feet slightly into a V and pressing on the outside of the feet here. So if we were moving forwards, a bit of speed, you can start to push like that. And I even do the same with my hands. It just naturally I'll start to do the same thing. Nice soft knees, push into the outside. Okay, one more time, kind of from behind. Here's your position. Start moving forwards. And then we can glide. We're going to try to stop. We'll just try to stop just like that. And that has been a forward 2-foot glide. Alright guys, so let's learn how to stop. We're going to go over 2 different stops. One that I call a V stop, and one that I call a T stop. Okay? So the first one is going to be a V stop, which you're not going to be in that position at all. You're kind of imagining you're in that position. So as we are gliding forwards, we take our feet out a little bit and we'll push into that position. So it looks like a V. Okay? So imagine you're skating forwards, and you start to push out, and your feet may track out a little bit. So you may be here, and as you start to stop, your feet may track out a little bit, and you put pressure on the outside of the boots, aiming for here, keeping our weight over our skates. What we don't want to do is try stop and then put in, and then you'll fall backwards like that. Okay, so we don't want to have our weight on our heels. Okay, we should be trying to have the weight in the center. Now I know if you do have 3 wheels, then your weight will be here. But just watch that it doesn't come too far backwards when you fall back, just like that. So let's look at the V-stop one more time from behind. And that has been how to V-stop, okay? Next, let's go over the T-stop. Now I'm going to show you a couple of very important things with the T-stop, because you will be kind of on one foot. So this might be a stop that you start to learn in level 2, level 3, but I'm going to show you now because then you know another stop that you can be trying to work on. Okay, so the position you would be in, so take something, hold on to it. The position will be dragging 1 foot behind and you kind of bring it into here. So I'll just show you what that position kind of looks like. So you're going forwards, and then you drag 1 foot behind, and you try to keep your body straight if you can. Okay, but when you're learning this, I would say grab onto something and just feel what that position looks like, just like that. That's what the position will look like on the right and the left foot. Okay, so then once you do start to move forwards, so let's say we're gliding forwards, and then you can try and stop like that. Watch the shoulder, what the shoulder wants to do. If I'm pulling the right foot behind, as I do this, the shoulder wants to do that. That's why you may not be doing it yet in level 1, you may just be doing the V-stop, but I'm teaching you anyway, okay? Now if we are going to drag the left leg, not the left shoulder, right? So we're going to go forwards, you're going to drag just like that, and make sure to keep that left shoulder pulled forward, okay? And that is a T-stop. Yeah, so let's get really close and look at the feet as we do the T-stop, okay? So, just like that. And that is how to do a T-stop. Okay guys, one more thing. So on the ice, you would teach a T-stop like this. You would drag the foot and you would bring it in and stop like that. That's why we call it a T-stop. But through a little bit of experience, I've found that it's better on rollers if you just kind of stay here, and then when you do stop you can bring the foot in. Well, bring the foot in is not that important. The goal is to stop safely, okay? So you just try to get here and stop. Yeah, there are more different stops that we can do a little bit more advanced. Like this one day you'll be doing that stop, one day you'll be doing that stop, and I'll do a tutorial for that very soon. Next we're going to glide and dip on 2 feet. So what we want to do before we even start moving is we want to do it on the spot. Okay, so the position will be, so when we see skating forwards, imagine you're skating forward, you're gliding on 2 feet, you put your arms forward and you bend down at the same time to this position. And try to keep your knees over your feet. So we're not doing this, we're doing this. We're looking ahead. Imagine someone's pulling your fingertips, because if you relax too much, guess what? You're going to fall on your bottom like that, okay? So what we want to do, we skate forwards, we reach forwards, we bend all the way down into this position, keep a nice strong back, so we're not rounded, we're here, and then you'll stand back up, and then you can do your V-stop afterwards, okay? So let's do that all together. Maybe the camera will follow me from the side. Okay, so slight bend, marching, gliding, arms forward, down, stand up, and V-stop. Let's see one more time from behind. Okay, going forward. Just like that, guys, and that has been how to do a glide and dip on 2 feet. Next we're going to go over turning around on the spot on 2 feet. So first we're going to go to the left, so arms out, slightly in front, bend those knees a little bit, keep a nice and strong core, shoulders back, we're not rounded here, and we're just going to step around like this. All the way back to the front, then we'll try to the right. Now guys, if for now you do feel a little bit wibbly wobbly when you go onto one foot, then we're just doing really small steps. So if we bring the camera down to the feet and we're coming close, we can have a look at what that looks like. Yeah, so we're just here. And as you get more comfortable, you can start to try to lift the feet a little bit like this. And the other way. That has been how to turn around on the spot on 2 feet. Next we're going to go over backwards marching. So this is the first time that we're going to be moving backwards. Now what you don't want to do when you're skating backwards is start looking behind you. Make sure there's no one behind you when you start to do this. And I'm guessing that you probably, at the moment of uploading these videos, will probably be at home, in your kitchen, in your living room, in your lounge, maybe in your garden, because nowhere to skate really, is there? So, the first thing we're going to do, nice position, arms the same like when we go forwards. The only difference is the feet. Now let's come in nice and close to those feet so we can have a look at what's going on. So when we went forwards, we turned the toes out. So can anyone guess what we're going to do next? We're going to turn the toes in. So the toes in, and as you put them there, you will start to already move. So what we're going to do is just pick those feet up, keep nice soft knees, and you'll just start gliding backwards. It's like magic. And once you do get a bit of speed, then you can glide on 2 feet like that. And you'll just come to a stop because we're not skating too fast right now on these. Okay? So let's have a look at what that looks like from behind. And if we are moving backwards, then it's a little bit of a strange feeling to try to stop. So you will be going backwards, and you can kind of almost do the opposite of a V-stop, but you're not really going to this position. You're just applying a little bit of pressure to here, which will slowly turn the feet out ever so slightly, and it will slow you down. Now, if you're going really fast, and you do have toe stoppers, and you get a bit scared, you can always just stop on those. They're not really made for stopping, but you can use them for stopping, because if you get used to using them for stopping all the time, you will wear those stoppers out real fast. And that has been how to march backwards. Next we're going to go over forward lemons, swizzles, or bubbles. There might be some more names, but they're just the names that I know. So what we're going to do, okay, into position, arms just here. Going to bend, and then we're going to turn our feet out. We're going to press, we're going to push out, and let those feet kind of go out, and then back in. So that's kind of what it looks like. Now let's talk a little bit about exactly what I'm doing with my feet. So we're looking forward into this position. I'm letting my feet go out, and I'm bending and putting pressure to go forwards here. And as I let the pressure, when the drive go forward, I'm keeping my body over so I'm not falling backwards. So as they go out here, and then what you've got to do, you've got to turn the toes in, and you've got to apply pressure kind of to the outside of the wheels and pull the feet back in, which brings them like that. Okay? So let's just do a few more, and I'm going to talk about exactly what I'm doing, okay? So, arms here, bend, push, pull back in and push. And then a nice V-top, a nice V-stop to finish. What you can think about as well is because naturally my lemons go quite big, so we can try to just do small ones just like that, okay? So that might help you a little bit. So go for small ones, and as you get more comfortable, Next we're going to go over a 2-foot glide but on a curve. So first we're going to go left arm inside to the curve. So imagine there's an imaginary semicircle on the floor now. So I'm just going to show you how to do it, and then we're going to talk through some of the key points. Okay, so what do you see? Let's start with the upper body. So, as we start to skate forward, the arms are here. As we enter what would be the curve, then the right arm is coming forward and we're bending into position just like this. Left arm is just here, so we're not up here too much. And if this is a bit tiring, we can put it here. We're just trying to get that shoulder back. That's the main reason we're putting the arm there. It's all about what is the position of the shoulders and the hips mainly, right? So we're getting to position here and we're looking where we want to go. We're not looking forwards here. If we look forwards here, it's very hard. As soon as we turn our head, then we start turning. Because where your head is looking is where you're going to go, and it's very, very, very important, okay? So we skate forwards, right arm in front, and we look where we want to go, and we try to have the feet slightly on the outside edge. So we're not here, we're just slightly here. Okay, so let's do that one more time. So now we're going to go over the 2-foot glide on the curve with the camera nice and close to the feet so we can kind of see what the feet are doing. Now I'm just going to stand still and you can have a look at what the feet are doing. So the feet are in this position here. The left one might be a hair forward, but we're just kind of there. So we're not here. We bring the feet together. Go around on the curve, just like that. Okay, so let's go the other way around. So that will mean once we're in our glide around the circle, the position will be left arm here, and right arm just here. So we're in this position, bending, looking where we want to go. Okay? So we start skating forwards, we get our position, glide just here, looking where we want to go. Back up to a stop, just like that. So now we come to the very, very last exercise of level 1. We're going to learn how to turn in place from one side to the other. The first thing we need to do, just for a second, is just do this with the wheels. Get used to what that feels like, moving the wheels backwards and forwards, just like that. Okay, so then what we're going to do, we're going to get into position here, right arm forward, left arm back, feet shoulder width apart, slight bend in the knees, nice strong position. We're going to bend, and as we turn, we're going to turn the feet like this, and the wheels will kind of go really, really soft, and then from here back into this position. And it's a little bit tricky because the wheels do kind of stick a little bit, but it will get you used to feeling the position of changing, switching your hips and the arms. So from here, switch, look that way, bend, switch. Then you're kind of into this position here, which is a little bit of an awkward feeling in the body, but it's going to get you used to later when we do start to try to turn, moving forwards and backwards. But first we need to learn this on the place, okay? So we're looking this way, bend, and then we can bend down, and as we come up, switch, and switch, switch, and switch. Switch, switch, switch. Okay, so that is the last exercise of level 1, and I hope you're enjoying the way I'm delivering these lessons, these exercises so far. And once you've finished all of these exercises and you're feeling comfortable, then you'll be able to move on to level 2. Okay, take care guys, bye.